Hello and welcome to my first guide on the necromancer. Brand new character. We're gonna go solo self-found and heist. Solo self-found. There we go. I'm gonna choose the witch.
Why do the keen of mind seek to satiate their curiosity in darkness and depravity? Innocence is our father, Ariath is our mother. When a daughter strays from the light.
Quite amazed we got that name. Lovely stuff. So, for anybody, this is the guide aimed at people who are brand new, completely brand new to Path of Exiles. So, it's not a speed run. It's just a guide just to show people how to get going in Path of Exile. So when you first start in here, the important things to do is to click on your options, user interface, your item filters, use either default or you can preload one. I use filter blade, which is just filter blade on Google, and that'll bring you some item filters. And this just basically shows you all the new stuff what you want to be picking up, like the correct colours and things like that. On here also you want to click on it's been a while since I've done this. This one here, always show sockets. Click that and make sure that it's listed as a tick. So you want it with the tick. And you would click save. Mine's already saved. So, and I'm ready to go. Once you've killed this person, you put your fireball into your blue socket. You click on this icon and change it to walk. You change this icon to walk, and you change the A button to the fireball. You always want this icon here on walk as a caster, because we're going to be self-casting until we get our minions, which is going to be when we hit town. We get our first minion, which is a skeleton. Sorry, it's a zombie when we first hit town. So as we're running along, we put Arcane Surge into there. And now we're ready to fight Brutus on the beach. Now Brutus is quite a hard boss if you've never played before, but what I do, I stand away from him a little bit, like this, aim him down, then run away. I have my mana pot on my mouse button. Mouse button 5. If you see that spinning disc around me, that is the Arcane Surge bonus. Basically lets me cast faster and gives me more power. We run to town. Quickly check them. Click on this chap here, Tarkley.
Where'd you learn to fight like that?
We can take Freezing Pulse here, or Raise Zombie. Now I normally take Freezing Pulse.
Farewell.
And you have a quick look to see if you can get any colours. The colours we want on this build initially are as many blues as we can find. So ideally 3 blues would be great, 3 blues and a green would be great. 2 blues and a red would be great, because we're looking to have our initially we don't go with the Necros because they just die, there's no point having them. Initially we go Frostbolt with Spell, Cascade, Frostbomb, and that's what gets us to Act 2 16 points where we've got more zombies and more skeletons, so that we can actually forget about casting spells. But initially we need to be a spellcaster to get to Act 2, 16 points. So there's nothing really here. There's that, which I'm going to take because that's going to get my freezing pulse. And I saw everything else. You press. Excuse me, I got this terrible cough.
I know that stench.
Get your
Sisters upon the pyre.
freezing pulse on button E. Now bear in mind, this is a new player guide. It's not for experienced guys, because if you're going to be power leveling, speed running, you don't kill anything on here. You just run straight through the beach. But I like to pick stuff up, and I'm doing solo self-found, and I'm going to be needing lots of alterations to get my resistance for later on in the game. So your white items will give you a fragment which gets you identity scrolls, scrolls of wisdoms, but you want to pick up all of your blue items on your way, and you want to pick up all of your yellow items on your way. All of these transmutions, you need every one you see on the floor, pick up. I run a little bit, the pack comes behind us, and then I kill the packs. Trying not to get trapped into a corner.
To learn is to live.
So basically you group the packs up and attack them, and the stragglers, you just run past them. You're not going to get any XP. The points, you don't have to worry about allocation of your points until you have 5. That's where you get your first power upgrade, 5. So just run along, grouping them up, killing them. And bear in mind, we're only playing solo self-found, we're not playing hardcore, so if you die it's not a problem. But just bear in mind, this monster with the flames behind her, she's quite powerful, she can take you out pretty quick. So we go to the mud flats. In the mud flats we get these glyphs we have to pick up to open the next section of the game. The glyphs spawn in a triangle. And you'll see it on your mini-map. You press the tab button to see your mini-map. We're looking for these yellow exclamation marks.
I need more mana.
Now bear in mind, I'm doing this guide solely for new players. People who've played before won't need this information. They might need the quick and easy cheap Necro build, but so you see how we've seen all 3 of the exclamation marks on our minimap. You just quickly get these. You want to be looking out for chain belts on this particular build, because we're going to rely on energy shield later on as one of our defences. But any belts you pick up which have got a little bit of life, a little bit of resistance, is all good. Click the glyph wall, walk through, find the waypoint, take the waypoint back to the coast, come down to the bottom right of the screen, you always follow this way that I'm going, in this direction, which is clockwise. Clockwise, so you go off and clockwise. Again, trying to pull packs so that there's a lot of packs together around you, and then turning back and killing them for the best XP you can. There's no point just killing one mob. You want full packs around you. It's a softcore game, it doesn't matter if you die. If you're a brand new player at this game, you are going to die a lot. It's a very hard game. Nothing to be frustrated about dying. I play a lot of hardcore, and it hurts when you die in that game. I lost to level 86 3 days ago, and that was painful. So again, you're looking for your colours. Everything you drop, you want to be looking for your colours, which is blue, blue, green, or blue, blue, red. Again, you pull the pack together, smash the packs up. I'll take the boss down. I'll take Helric down. You've got 2 life pots, so you haven't got to really worry about getting hit off them. Just got to keep an eye on your mana. You take that, the chest, all of these blues, because you want to be handing these blues in to the vendors. And at the very beginning of the game, things like portal scrolls and wisdom scrolls are very, very useful, so always pick them up if you see them. To get back to town, to save a portal scroll, you press escape, exit a character creation, and then you just log back in, and it brings you straight back to town. Talk to Nessa. You claim your prize. You take this prize, which is the Quicksilver Flask. That gives you, well, I'll just show you, 40% increased movement speed. It's very crucial. So in here you want your Spellcade, Cascade, and you want your Elemental Proliferation support. But take your Spell Cascade first, because we can buy the Frost Bomb.
Take care.
You can type in this box here. We're looking for 2 skills here. We're looking for Frost Bolt and we're looking for Frost Bomb. We get the Frost Blink free off this chap here.
Now that you've drained that path.
I'll take the Detonate Dead as well. And there's my Frost Blink, which is the free one.
Got a job for you, if you're willing.
So again, you sell everything that you picked up. You have a look, you identify your boots, because you're always looking for movement speed on your boots if you can. They're quite nice. Bit of resistance. And these are what you want. Your transmutation shards, which when you collect 20 of them, you get one of these, which is an orb of transmutation. You need these to do your crafting later on, as soon as you unlock your crafting bench at level 12. So now you organise your gems into something you can use. So you got at the moment, you got your fireball, you don't need that anymore. Arcane Surge, let's take that out. So we can do a Frost Bomb. And we've got the colours to do that. Spell Cascade.
Greetings.
Let's see if we can pick up the colours what we need. I need a blue, blue, green. check the ones. So there's no blue green, so we're still going to be using on here we put frost bomb. It shoots out 3 frost bombs. This will chill the enemies and it gives them a debuff so that they take more damage from any frost skills. We're going to put on our frost bolt. Sadly we can't link this frost bolt with anything. We'll change this to here. Now this is where my guy differs from everybody else. Most people go for the freezing pulse. I go for the frost bolts because I think the clear speed, once I get the next gem, which is called volley, it's just incredible. But I need to find a blue-green link to do it. It should be quite easy. This frost bomb, you can pop that and just walk past them and it'll take all the minions down, so you can start picking up a bit of speed now. It'll take all white minions down.
I think this ray class will serve. When I'm ready, and not before.
Every time you level as well, you can go back to the vendor and look for new stuff because he refreshes his shop every time you level. Like we just leveled there, so if I was totally new I would go back and I would look for the colours, but I know the colours going to drop in a minute anyway, possibly the next pack I find, the colours will drop. So your frost bomb, once that gets one more level I'll be able to drop that and it'll just destroy the packs as I run through them. It's a blue magic pack, it's not quite as fast.
Life is short. Deal with it.
This is for a new person, a new player guide. It's not for a speed race or anything like that, because if you were racing how I would normally play, I would just skip all of these packs and I'll just level at the ledge for a little bit. So again, big packs, get your XP off your big packs, and move on. So we got to the ledge, go to the waypoint. Priority on this is to find a blue and a green. Ideally you want a blue-green, but a blue and a green is what you're looking for. Again, pull the packs, pop your bomb. You see, as soon as we get a blue and a green, how fast this starts to clear.
When I'm ready, and not before.
There we are, we've got it now. So quickly, while I'm safe, put my shield on. Frost balls. I'll do that with the arcane. And we'll get to the waypoint and we'll take a quick trip back to town to buy the volley. So here we go and talk to Nessa. She sells all the basic gems. You click purchase item, tab number 2, and we're looking for volley, which I know what it is, but for example you just VOL and it'll highlight it, volley. And it's a projectile skill, so it works alongside the frostbolt because that's a projectile as well. So we'll pop that in there. We'll quickly sell that. We'll equip our quicksilver, our mana flask. Now we'll spend our first lot of skill points. Now the ascendancy, what we're going to choose in total is, let's have a look. I did have a screen image. I believe it's not that one, it's this one. This is the ascendancy we're going to choose. This is our first 16 points. So just have a look at that and follow that, but I'll be doing it on the screen as well. That's our 16 points. This little note here gives us a little bit of spell damage. This is how you can level with the bomb and the frost, rather than going straight into the minions, because minions are really weak. This is a minion node. We'll get that next level. That gets an extra zombie and an extra skeleton, but again we don't use them until Act 2. But your zombie, we need to buy that gem now and start leveling that, although we won't be using it. This is the rare zombie. Just put that in and we just double check.
While we live, we are blessed.
So back onto the ledge. And that volley gives you slightly less DPS per projectile, but now you've got 3 projectiles going out, so it's actually a massive upgrade.
I need more mana.
Yeah, look at that. I found it there, I didn't need to go back to town. So again, you lay your bombs down. That will freeze them. All of these items you pick up, they're highlighted. That'll give you a chromatic. It's a thing to change the colour of sockets later on in the game. When we get to level 10, we can unlock our skeletons. Again, just group the monsters up. Big packs, and take the big packs down. That's your best XP. Don't worry about stragglers. Pick all your scrolls of wisdoms up, your portal scrolls. Now in the mayhem race, it's going to be quite chaotic because you're going to get a lot of monsters you've never seen before. Just appearing in packs of 20 and just absolutely destroying it. Don't worry about dying. Everybody's going to be dying a lot in Mayhem. That's the idea of it. It's just crazy stats. an amazing race. That's an upgrade. Nice. Now bear in mind, just because they say that the Mayhem's a race, as a new player, you've got an absolute 0% chance of winning the race, because you won't get a level 95 within a week. You just won't. But you will be able to get to level 50 to get the free chest. I'm saying chest, to get the free mystery box, which can give you a chance of getting some lovely goodies. And you possibly might get to level 90 to go into the draw. Now this boss here, just skip him. We'll come back to him later when we've got a bit more strength. Otherwise we're going to die. We go here to the lower prison and we take the waypoint back to town. Just check your level, you should be about level 9 here, level 10. When we go back to town, there's two things we need. I'm not level 10, so I can't pick up my skills. We want to pick up some kind of defense for when we go against this next boss. Added lightning damage, nice. So here we want a holy flame totem. And we want to put this in wherever we can. And ideally, we'd like to get this linked with the blue so we can add some lightning damage to it, but we can't get that at the moment. We take the arcane surge out, and we put the added lightning damage, and now we do 62 damage with the frostbolt. And we look for blue, blue, green is what we're looking for. And blue, blue, red. Where's level 10? That's okay.
Stay sharp.
So we'll look, see if we can get one on the wand.
Yes?
No. I'm just going to buy a larger mana pot.
Be well.
Now, as this guide's aimed at new people, what I would do, because I need one level to equip my helmet, I would go back to the ledge here, and you press Control over the waypoint, and you click New, and this gives you a brand new. All the monsters have respawned, and yeah, and just quickly run this, just to quickly get that one level that you want. This is more of a thing that you do if you're playing hardcore. Because all of your power comes from your gem levels, especially as a caster. I'll put my Frostblink on there now. It's in my ability skill. I forgot to put it on before.
When I'm ready and not before.
So again at this, on a ledge, you click new, and that's going to give me a brand new instance of the ledge. And this ledge will get me to level 10. If you're playing softcore, you don't have to do this. I thought it was easier to do because new players can be, if they're under leveled by 1 or 2 levels, they're going to find the game extremely hard. So if you try to over level yourself just a little bit, if you press the tab button, you can see the area level, which shares a level 6. You still get XP up till I think level 11 here. But I'm way over leveled for this area now. But it's still good XP if you look at the XP bar on the bottom. Remember, as you play, level your gems up. The volley I can't level up anymore because this does not have much dexterity, this character. It doesn't matter because you're just using the volley to give you 2 extra projectiles.
Smiles with sharp teeth. I need more mana.
Remember to pick up all your blues, all your yellows, and hand them into vendors.
Not before.
From this point, you want to be looking for coral rings, sapphire rings, and these items, orbs of transmissions. You need to pick up every single orb of transmission that you see.
Too much clutter.
So quickly go back to town now. Inventory's full. I'm going to sell everything what's blue. This is what we're after. We're after transmutation shards.
Hello.
I think I'm going to buy that now.
Goodbye.
On the prison, you just go around the edges and eventually you'll get another floor to go in.
More mana.
We want to be looking for wands that drop to get a little bit of extra spell damage for this fight coming up. You can always find something at from the vendor. Again, as this is a guide for new players, you will see something. I'll see if I can find the trial here. Skip the trials and come back to them, otherwise you're just going to die, you're going to bleed out in all the trials. You won't be ready to do the lab up until about 55 anyway, so just skip them and come back to them. There we are. Things like that item there will give you chromatic. You need a lot of chromatics to change the colours of your items.
To the one place where your talents are.
So with this guy being a solar cell found, I've been quite unlucky on the colours and the linkings that we managed to even get. Even though we've went back to some areas specifically to look for colours, we haven't got any. So just outside the boss area, I'm going to put a portal up and I'm going to go back to town. I'm just going to check, see if I can pick up some right colours off the vendor. So this is the boss room, the warden's chambers, but we'll quickly go back to town via a portal. Don't press escape and do that way, you have to put a portal up. And we'll just double check, see if we can get any improvements to our gear.
What little help I can offer is yours.
I'm going to take this gem and put that in there. That gives a small chance to freeze, 20% chance to freeze, and it also gives lowers their resistance as well. And the zombies, I've got nothing I can link with the zombies yet, because I haven't got the strength. You see, I take that, but I need the strength. I haven't got it, so zombies are going to be useless in this fight. The freezing pulse is no good. I'll go there. I've got my holy flame totem, which is on there. I can get added lightning and connect that with my holy flame totem. Now, what I've been able to link, you may not be able to link because you might not get the right colours, but if you go down this line, it's your frostbolt, which is your most important, your spell cascade with your frost bomb, and then your holy flame totem, and link it with whatever colour you can link it with to get a little bit extra power. Like that's going to put out 49 DPS. It's not a lot, but it'll just keep that boss wanting to it's a dex.
Farewell.
So we'll go back and do the boss fight now. If you're new to this, a good idea is to put a portal up. So you can run to your portal. What I do, I run to the boss, put the flame totem down, chill him, and then kite him. I just run around in circles and just kite him. And just keep repeating that.
I need more mana.
Just keep an eye on your mana. Frost bombs, you don't have to face the boss, you can just lay them behind you. Now I've run out of mana, so I'm going to have to teleport back to town, and that'll automatically refill my mana pots. Now again, if you're playing solo self-found, it doesn't matter if you die, you can die 100 times in this fight. It'd be frustrating, but if you're playing hardcore, obviously you can't. And it's exactly the same way as what you do it on hardcore. You kite him, you lay the two things down, and you just spam from as far away as you can. And he died there.
When I'm ready and not before.
vanishing brute. You'd not have fallen so easily. Too much clutter.
Here you go back to town, or you can press escape. Just slightly quicker if you're going to progress straight onto the road. And you'll see there that the waypoint for the next act's open. Now you get your skeleton gems, start leveling your skeletons. Don't use your skeletons because they're absolutely useless until you've got a couple of levels on them. They just die, you spawn them and they die, you know. I'll be right back. I'm back. I'm sorry about that. Had to quickly grab a cigarette.
Hello.
So now we need to be getting sapphire rings, which is highlighted. We need to get 2 of these. So when you see them in the vendor, each time you come back, just pick them up and equip them. We need this for the final boss in here, which is called Mervale, and you just need a load of cold resistance. And she can't harm you at all when you get your cold resistance.
Take care.
We've got now our zombies and our skeletons in a spare socket. They're going to level with us. We just need to get this node on the path. Which is up to here. Death attunement. We go up to death attunement, now we can start transferring into our zombies. Other people, if they're doing a necro build, would be using SRS now, but I just find it clunky compared to doing it like this.
Welcome.
Ideally we want movement speed on our boots, which we can't get.
Stay sharp out there.
And we'll get a dex necklace off the vendor.
Goodbye.
If you're brand new, you're not going to have all of these stash tabs. You'll have these 4. I would recommend, if you enjoy the game, you buy the currency stash tab and the maps stash tab. Excuse me. None of them are really needed, but the currency one is really good quality of life.
What little help I can offer is yours. While we live, we are blessed.
I'm not sure in Mayhem whether you'd be taking the doing the heists, because you can at level like the level we are now, level 10 plus, you can just do an infinite tier 2 heists, and you can just gear up your character that way. But I find it's better once you hit 12, you go to your hideout, which I'll show you how to do when we hit level 12. On here, you ideally want to pick up a little bit of fire resistance.
This is for your own good, sister.
So again on here, skip the packs, unless you can pull them in big packs, drop a bomb, drop some frost bolts on it. Still extremely squishy down here because we're going straight for the necro nodes rather than taking the life. There's another way you can path up where you can take a little bit of life. But to be fair, we're playing solo self-found. It doesn't matter if you die. There's no penalties for dying until later on. About level 86, I think, that's when you start getting penalties on death. here our priority is to find the waypoint. Which is normally right in front of you.
Dining well.
Grab the waypoint. Don't talk to Fairgreaves yet. We know on this map, if we get the aura flame, the Fairgreaves is right next to the waypoint, so if we run past the aura flame here, we'll take it. We want to be looking out for
More mana.
blue reds now on the floor. Linked blue reds. We take this little icon here, this takes us to the ship to get the aura flame. Take these ones for chromatics. This boss will trap you in a circular wall. You can use your, let's just say I'm trapped here behind the frozen wall. You can just use your frost splint to get out of that. That will stop you from dying 100%. We can hand that in when we get to the next waypoint, which is in the caverns. Just find out where we are.
When I'm ready, and not before.
So we go to back to the ship's graveyard, and we go to Fairgraves.
Please understand that
And we put your totem down, your frost bomb.
hard times call for hard hearts. I'm sure were the circumstances you'll do precisely.
I need more mana. And that's how you die properly, sailor boy. No half measures, thank you.
If you must take your time.
Take your flesh offering.
Take care.
Flash Offering, this is what it grants. Minion cast speed, attack speed. It's just a massive power boost to your minions. Now we have that, we can start looking at getting our minions into action. Need to get 2 minion damage supports. Now I start my minions off by minions plus added lightning damage, because it's a lot stronger than the melee damage ones. For example, Raise Zombie, added lightning damage, and I'll do that the same on the skeleton as well. But at the moment we can't use any of the minions yet.
Farewell.
I'm going to attempt to increase the power of my wand. Oh, that's not bad. Cold over time, but it's not good enough. And we go back now, and this is where we're going to meet the final boss. For this we need to have our cold res maxed, or as close to max as we can. So we need to hopefully get another sapphire ring and then use town. So I'm just going to quickly progress to here, because this has been the slowest I've ever leveled in my life.
When I'm ready and not before.
As a new player, to get to this point, to this Act 1, end of Act 1, I wouldn't worry if it takes you an hour. I wouldn't worry if it takes you an hour.
I need more mana.
You know, the game's completely brand new to you. You gotta get used to how to dodge attacks.
Everything dies.
I think when I first started playing, I think it took me a couple of days to work out how to get past level Act 1. I mean, that was a long time ago and the game was a lot harder then, but still, I could imagine for a new player, this is still going to take you an hour, possibly 2 hours, and nobody's judging. Just have fun in the game, take as long as it takes. Watch a guide like mine, watch other people's guides. Just enjoy the game, really. And don't be afraid of dying, because there's no penalties at all when you die in this game until you get to high level. And then by the time you got to you're in maps and you're comfortable with the build, you're not going to die, especially if you follow this guide. As a Necro, you will not be dying. I build this exactly the same way as I build it for hardcore, so it's really tanky in softcore. Again, we're just looking for the colours. We're looking for blue, blue, red, blue, blue, red. Now, The music's incredible in this game.
When I'm ready and not before.
I'm going to open this treasure chest box because we might get lucky and get a ring from this. She's hitting hard. Remember to always pick up the blues and the yellows, and you're just going to vendor them to get alts and alteration shards. Now this is the boss area, but at the moment, if you click on your defense, you can see what defenses are, and here cold res is 26%. That means instant death if I go into this fight. So I'm going to go and vendor these items I have and look for another sapphire ring. Hopefully Nessa has a sapphire ring. That's 29% one. That's just what we need. And I'm going to go extra cautious just to show you can use your crafting bench. You go travel to your hometown, your home portal, your crafting bench, and an item that you're going to be using for a while. For example, I'm going to be using this for a while, this because I need this for my Necro, the colours I mean, and I'm going to get some cold resistance on there. You'll only have the option to make number 1 cold resistance, which costs one of these alteration shards which we've been saving. So you craft that. Oh, we got there 19 cold resistance. At the same time, you want to start getting a little bit of fire. So these rings, rather than waste them, you take the best one, 29%, and you put some fire resistance on it as well. Again, an alteration shard. This is why it's very important to pick up all of your blues and all of your yellows as you're playing the game. 19 on there. I've got quite a few of these alteration shards, so I can afford to do that on this. On there. And my defences are 74, and I've got 36 fire and 11 lightning resist, which is pretty good for here. Got no worries about that. Come back to town. And sell all this stuff.
Hello. Goodbye.
I'm not even bothering identifying low-level yellows unless they have the right colour gems, because I haven't got enough chromatics and fusings and all the other things to make them into anything useful, you know. So you pop your trap behind her.
When I'm ready and not before.
It's going to be slow and painful because I've got absolutely no DPS. But I'm not worried about her freezing because it doesn't hurt me. This fight, if you come to it unprepared, you're going to die 20 or 30 times. So the most important thing is to get your cold res capped, or as near to capped as you can. I would say if you have 50%, that's good enough for this battle. I've had new people join my guild and they've said that they've died 20 or 30 times with this boss. Because they went to the game, like a lot of people do, they've never done any research and they just says, oh, I'll give this game a try. And then they've realised just how hard it is, the game. Without a little bit of knowledge about resistance and things like that. So I've got 74% mitigation against cold. That's why it looks like my character's really tanky. Well, it is against cold. And again, use that crafting bench because nothing has any value in this game until you start getting into maps. You're very rarely going to find anything that you can't just use on your crafting bench as you level up to benefit you. The more you invest in theirs, the more you invest in your character to get to better levels.
Wife, 'twas love that did this to you. Too much clutter.
And again on here, you escape. Saves you having to wait to go through the door, go back to town. Your portal there is to the next act. And your path should look like this by the end of Act 1. We're 2 points away from going into the Spectra, not Spectra, the Necro build. So I'm going to end this video here. Just have to put a splash screen on. I'm going to end this video here and restart at Act 2 and talk you through how to do Act 2. So I'll just put this